डियर स्टूडेंट अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हमारा आज का जो टॉपिक है दैट इज सोल्यूशन ऑफ अ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन। इफ वी आर गिवन a quadratic equation, then what is the solution of quadratic equation? If we have a quadratic equation in general form, that is, we can say that a real number alpha is called the solution of a quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where this a should be non-zero. If we can, if this alpha, the real number, satisfies the quadratic equation, that is, if we'll substitute alpha instead of x in the equation, and then equation should be satisfied. That is, if a times this alpha squared plus b times alpha plus c is equal to 0, then we can say that this alpha x is equal to alpha is the root of the equation, solution or root. So solution, or we can say the root. So a real number alpha will be the root of the quadratic equation if it satisfies. In a layman language, we can say that a real number is said to be root or or solution of a quadratic equation if it satisfies the given equation. So simply we can say that if a number satisfies a given quadratic equation, then that number is said to be the root or root or solution of that equation. Now, how to find the zeros of a given quadratic equation? One of the methods to find roots of a quadratic equation. So what are the methods employed to find the roots of a quadratic equation? You know, a quadratic equation is a second degree equation, so it can have the most two roots in reals. So in order to find the roots of quadratic equation, different methods can be employed. One of the methods is factorization method. Second method we can say that is completing the square method. And one of the third method is quadratic formula. Using quadratic formula, these are the methods known to find the solution of a quadratic equation. Now in this session we will learn how to find the roots of a quadratic equation by factorization. Now let us learn to find the roots of a quadratic equation by the factorization method. We will now use it to find the roots. Now this method can be used to find solution exercise number. We will come to know about the method by solving exercise number 4.2 of your textbook, wherein you are asked to find the roots of the quadratic equations by factorization. So first question of the exercise is that you have to find the roots of quadratic equations by factorization. Now the first part of the question is x squared minus 3 times x minus 10 equal to 0. Prior to this, we employed the factorization to factorize a quadratic polynomial. In a similar way, we can factorize this left hand side of the equation by the splitting of middle term. So let's solve it. We have the given equation is x square minus 3 times x minus 10 equal to 0. Over here on the left hand side, we see that the leading coefficient over here is 1. So we will do one thing. We have to split the middle term, and the coefficient of middle term is 3, that is minus 3. We will multiply the leading coefficient, that is 1, with the constant term, that is 10, that is 10, 1 10 is r will become 10. Now this 10 can be factorized into two factors in such a way that the sum or difference of the factors should be equal to the middle coefficient of the middle term, that is coefficient of x over here. Now we will see that 5 2's are 10, 5 and 2 are the factors of 10, but the difference of the 5 and 2 becomes equal to 3. So 5 2's are 10, these are the factors, but 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So we will write down 3 in terms of the as a difference of two factors, that's 5 and 2. So this will imply that x squared minus 3, instead of 3 you can write 5 minus 2. So we got, in this way we can separate the middle term as 10 equal to 0. This will imply that x squared minus 5 times x minus 2 plus 2 times x minus 10 equal to 0. So the middle term got split into two terms, that is minus 5x plus 2x means minus 3x again. So we can now do one thing. We can, in these two terms, you can put a common thing, that is x is common there. So x can be written in such a way that over here we are left with x minus 5 plus 2 into, we are left with x minus 5 over here again is equal to 0. तो यहाँ पर आप देखें x अगर कॉमन रखें तो यहाँ पर इस टर्म में क्या मिलेगा, हमें x रहेगा अंदर जो है बचेगा ब्रैकेट के अंदर, और यहाँ पर 5 रहेगा, तो वी आर लेफ्ट विद दिस फैक्टर x minus 5. Similar factor can be obtained over here by putting 2 as common in these two terms. Now we have a common factor in both the terms over here, that is x minus 5 is common in both the terms. X minus 5 can be written as such, and we are left with x plus 2 equal to 0. This will imply that either x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. This can further imply that x is equal to 0 plus 5. By transposing 5 to the right hand side, we get x equal to 5, or x is equal to minus 2 by transposing 2 to the right hand side. So these are the zeros of the given quadratic equation. Therefore x is equal to 5 and minus 2, or the roots of given quadratic equation. So in this way we can find the roots of a quadratic equation by the method of factorization.